Hello, welcome back to Bottom, my name is Beast, and I am back with, Onigokko. See, I'm having fun with monochrome by the way. A lot of it. I am somehow severely underleveled. Mikatsuchi joined the party, and he was level 20 while I was level 17. Usually, I'm used to, like, new additions to the party being severely underleveled, but nah. And that is to say, the highest level person was level 17. It was one of them is actually one level lower than the rest, namely Shunya, because she fucking died in the Mikatsuchi boss fight right beforehand. I feel okay talking about this, by the way, since basically all the promotion material down to, I'm pretty sure, the very, like, yeah, down to the fucking Steam page shows Mikatsuchi right there. So it's not a fucking hidden surprise that he's gonna be a part of the game. And considering how it's already known that there's a rivalry between Ostor and Mikatsuchi, it only makes sense for there to be at least like a scuffle, I guess. So that's why I don't feel like I shouldn't talk about this. It's just kind of something to be expected from the door, quite frankly. Anyway, the next day, see the carnage awaits me first thing that Sunday morning. Hi, Aoi. As soon as Kana came, she changed into the maid outfit she'd left at my place, or not.
昨日は助けていただき、誠にありがとうございました。
Some tells me he's gonna remember.
それで昨日の感謝も込めまして、今日もたくさんご奉仕させていただきます。にゃ。
Maid Kana-tan was good as hell! Come on! Wanted to voice those thoughts aloud, but a certain someone was making that a tad difficult.
お兄ちゃん、どうしてカナさんがメイド服着て朝からご奉仕することになってるの？
That's because, this was bad. I never thought Aoi and Kana would run into each other like this. It appeared Aoi had launched a special attack now that I'd crossed the line with Kana. I didn't see anything wrong with flirting now that we were lovers, but this maid outfit spelled trouble. My kinks were being exposed.
いけませんでしたか？
No, that's not it. I love that you were in the maid outfit. It's fantastic.
ありがとうございます、ご主人様。
Ah, yes! Maid outfits were the fucking best!
ちょっとお兄ちゃん、これってどういうことなの？
Wait, Aoi, come down, don't strangle me! My extreme arousal for my one and only angel, Maid Kana-tan, was fleeting. Aoi strangled me until I was on the brink of seeing heaven in an entirely different way.
では、朝ごはんを作らせていただきますね。
Yeah, counting on you. Kana must have assumed we were just messing around as she smiled softly and disappeared into the kitchen. Smile may have knocked the vitriol out of Aoi. She stopped strangling me and watched Kana retreat into the kitchen.
恐るべしメイドスマイル。女の私でもドキッとしちゃったよ。
Right? Kana's maid outfit really is the greatest thing ever.
またのろけられた。お兄ちゃんのバカバカ。
Stop choking me!
あれ？お兄ちゃん？お兄ちゃん！
She proceeded to strangle me once again, and I quickly blacked out as she shouted mercilessly in my ear. Pray for me. Ah, what is it? I leapt out of my bed at the sudden sound of breaking glass resounding through the room. I was put to bed after I fainted. The crash had come from the kitchen. I rushed in, panicked.
またお皿を割ってしまいました。あら、カナさん、お皿一つも満足に洗えないんですか？このダメイド。
What is happening?
すみませ
Who the hell's a head maid? Actually, what was with Aoi's tone? It looked like something must have happened between them while I was asleep. I explained the situation. It seemed Kana was teaching Aoi her maid skills while on the job. It started off and Aoi watched quietly from the sidelines, but Kana fit the posh yet clumsy maid archetype so well that Aoi felt that she had to step in and lend a hand. As a result...
Kana-san, これで通算10枚目ですわね。はい、申し訳ありません。
Oh yeah, that's immediately coaching, or rather essentially picking on Kana. Following this, Kana bravely tried her hand at the laundry, cleaning and so forth, but they all ended in failure. She was doing well for a while, but always underestimated her superhuman strength. As we spoke, she attempted to vacuum the floor, used too much strength, and slammed it straight into the dresser. Kana, you don't need to force yourself too much, okay? Kana.
ちょっと貸してください。
Always snatched the vacuum from a dejected Kana and acted as a model for how she should
い
use
い
it.
ですか？こうやって床を均一に撫でていけばいいんですよ。変な力を入れる必要はありません。
You don't need to press down, just, you know, move it back and forth.
なるほど。勉強になります。カナさんは何でも力みすぎなんですよ。筋は良さそうですし、落ち着いて自然にやればきちんとできると思いますよ。はい、わかりました。今度は気をつけてやってみます。本当に大丈夫ですか？はい、ありがとうございます、葵ちゃん。親切に教えてくださって。まあ、わかればいいんです。
Only handed the vacuum back to Kana with slightly reddened cheeks, then came back over this way. You sure about this?
これ以上散らかされると後で困るからだよ。勘違いしないでよね。
What's with the tsundere line?
カナさん、ベッドは掃除機かけちゃダメです。布が絡まって。何ですかこれ。離れてください。振り回しちゃダメですって。落ち着いて、落ち着いて。
Maybe I shouldn't worry so much. I watched Aoi badger her incessantly, and Kana listening carefully to every word. Decided to simmer down some and watch them from the sidelines. While they were busy with odd jobs, lunchtime came around. Thanks in part to Aoi's guidance, Kana was gradually growing into the role her maid outfit suggested.
葵ちゃん、お砂糖はこれでいいんですよね。違います。それは片栗粉です。せめて塩と間違えてください。
She was growing into the role, right? Either way, Kana was making fewer major mistakes. As time went on, it was less Aoi giving instructions and more like the two of them working together. Guess things are working out for the better, huh? Kana wasn't the sort of person Aoi would dislike if you took me out of the picture. If I let nature take its course, I was sure that eventually...
ケイスケさん、お待たせしました。今日はチンジャオロースに挑戦してみました。
Oh, thanks. Wait, what?! I was floored by the dish they both brought out to me.
どうしました？
You two made this yourselves?
そうだけど、なんか変かな。
No, it's not weird, but some lunch would consist I assumed lunch would consider consist of always mysterious yet delicious meals, but the dish they brought out looked like a proper Chinese stir-fry. I'd say it's weird that it's not weird looking.
とても失礼なことを言われてる。お気に召さなかったでしょうか。
Yeah, so I was just surprised, that's all. That had definitely been a slip of the tongue, so I quickly corrected myself. Crap, I hadn't expected this at all and slipped up.
もうそんなこと言うなら食べなくてもいいんだからな。
I'm really sorry, God Buddha Oi! Making me wait for a feast of these proportions in front of me was beyond cruel. Sadly bowed my head with nearly enough momentum to call her the jumping goat out.
葵ちゃん、あんまり意地悪しちゃダメですよ。別に意地悪してるわけじゃないんですけど。ああ、もういいから食べよう。私もお腹空いちゃった。
Good point. Okay, thanks for the meal.
はい、どうぞ召し上がってください。
Promptly dug into the stir fry with my chapsticks as Kana looked on with anticipation. It's delicious!
本当ですか？
Nah, all your food tastes good, but this is really good.
一応私も作ってるんだけどな。でもほんと美味しい。ついさっきまで料理のさしすせそも知らなかったのに、なんか一気に抜かれたみたいで悔しいの。そんなことないですよ。私一人の力ではこんな上手には作れませんでした。葵ちゃんのご指導のおかげですよ。そうですかね。はい。ですからまたお料理教えてくださいね。まあ別にいいですけど。
Oi blushed and flitted her head away as Kana smiled at her. Then Oi tugged at my shirt tail and whispered to me.
お兄ちゃん、カナさんは本当に偉いよ。失敗してもくじけずに何度も挑戦して、こんなに一生懸命お兄ちゃんに尽くしてくれる人なんて、きっと私とカナさんくらいなものだよ。
Change that part to only include Kana. You're not impressing anyone.
だって私がお兄ちゃんを大事に思ってるのは本当のことだもん。
Huh? My mouth agape, Oi smiled and poked me in the forehead with her
お
finger.
兄ちゃん、私ね、こういう生活もいいかなって思っちゃった。お兄ちゃんのために一生懸命頑張るカナさんを後ろから支える。一緒になってお兄ちゃんにご奉仕する。そういう生活も悪くないって。
Oh, Oi.
だからいいよ。カナさんと一緒になっても、いざとなったら怪盗裏は私が継ぐから。だから
Oi sounded like she had worked past her inner hang-ups, but she couldn't keep herself from gradually breaking into tears. Kana gently hugged Oi from
葵
behind.
ちゃん、カナさん、ごめんね、葵ちゃん。でもありがとう。いいんです。だけど気をつけてくださいね。少しでも隙があったら私がお兄ちゃんを取っちゃいますから。気をつけるよ。
I'll have to be careful to make sure Kana doesn't lose her patience with me, too.
そうか、無理やり既成事実を作ればいくらカナさんでもお兄ちゃんに愛想つかすかも。
Hey, you don't say something so disturbing.
それは心配いらないと思いますよ。葵ちゃんは一緒になっても問題ありませんから。受け入れられた。
That's that of the Sakagami family for you. Big-hearted for sure.
ありがとうございます。
Naturally, neither Aoi nor Kana were serious. We joked with each other like so and all laughed together. However, I was sure Kana would accept it if something like that were to happen. That was how I felt after seeing their smiles. It took a huge weight off my shoulders. Short time later, Kana resumed cleaning and I watched over her from afar. As for Oi,
くーちゃんのとこへ遊びに行くね。お二人はどうぞごゆっくり。
is what happened. She was so easy to read. She took a liking to someone, she treated them much more gingerly. Anyway, I appreciate the consideration. Cosplay or not, I was spending time on the same roof with a maid. I wasn't about to let this opportunity get away from me. I wasn't as assertive as I could have been when I was with maid Kana-tan. So it had a pretty unfortunate conclusion. Things were different this time, though. No matter what anyone said, we were lovers. The timing was perfect, too. This time for sure.
Keisuke-san.
Yeah, right. I wasn't thinking anything indecent, I swear. Oh, I didn't say that out loud.
いえ、少しお顔がほころんではいましたが、フラチ?
Never mind. It's nothing. Don't worry about it. That was a close one. I got ahead of myself and nearly exploded. I thought I'd done the cliche thing and said all that crap out loud, but I guess I hadn't let that much slip. More importantly, something up.
はい。タンスに雑誌がたくさんしまってありましたので、こちらも片付けてよろしいかなと。
Oh, magazines, huh? Sure, please. Do? Oh, hold on a second. I panicked and held her back, but that ended up having a worse effect. Kana got scared when she tried to pick up the bundle of magazines and sent the whole pile toppling, pages rustling.
ごめんなさい。すぐに片付けます。
No, I'm the one who's sorry. Wait, I'll do that, so you don't need to touch anything. Or so I shouted, but it was already too late. Kana now had a good, solid view of my treasures.
飲ませてください。ご主人様の絞りたて特納ミルク。
16:45. I will have to censor that. There is, while it is technically censored, that is not censored enough. Also, that's the one I actually wanted to turn on. Yeah, 16:45. 16:45.
"私はあなたのエロメイド。いけないご奉仕いたします。
No! She went with that selection in that outfit of all things. Oh, that's what happened. This is all because I got so pent up last time Kana came that I left the maids at the top of the stack. That isn't the time to be thinking about that sort of thing. Kana, about the magazines. Please listen. Play cool, Keisuke. Stay calm and get the situation under control immediately. That's right, don't lose your cool. Japanese gentlemen couldn't lose their cool over something so insignificant. But yes!
ケイスケさんはこういうのがお好きなんですか?
Yes, I do. I love them, in fact. I mean, that were a huge help back when I was a virgin. Not that I could possibly say that. Guess I have a certain fondness for mates. Managed to sound classy about it to the end. Take a look at this, though. This is how your fully mature brother acts. Makes you want to weep, doesn't it?
なるほど。こういうのをメイドものというのですね。
Oh, Kana? Kana blushed crimson with those images of womanly indiscretion in front of her as she curiously flipped through its contents. I feel like it's gonna come up again. For that matter, she had a very serious look on her face.
すごいです。足で挟むなんて。メイドさんってこんなことまでするんですか？そんな大胆に足を開いて。やだ、見えてます。
Hey, Kana, come back! I cried desperately out to her, but my voice fell on deaf ears, and she remained focused on the magazine, ignoring her boyfriend to concentrate on a porno mag. What kind of humiliation kink was this? Several minutes passed, and she finally plopped my treasures closed, seeming satisfied by what she'd seen, and kind of stared at me with the most serious look possible in her eyes.
ケイスケさん、お話があります。
Right. It was over. All over. Oh, I didn't even need to make an armed intervention to screw things up. Despite feeling I was about to receive a death sentence, I straightened myself upright. But then Kana's cheek blushed red.
いいですよ。
What?
ケイスケさんが、いえ、ご主人様がそういうのを好きですから、私。
Huh? You're trying to say...
ご奉仕させてください。ごし
Whoops. Kana gazed at me with glistening eyes and slid towards me. Huh? Was this serious, okay? Could I actually have my way with her? Right here and now? Kana, you're really sure you're not mad about porn or anything? I really was a loser for asking her that directly. But then, what else was I supposed to do? All of this relationship and sexual stuff was brand new to me. I had to make sure, or I'd honestly be worried sick.
正直に申しました。
She says, to be perfectly honest, I'd kind of dislike the idea of you hiding erotic books. For sure. This is farewell to the treasures that had served me so dutifully all these long years. I felt somewhat lonely, but Kana quietly shook her head at me. Kana says, do not make that face. Please do not make that face. Men having an interest in erotic materials is just how things are. Besides, it is thanks to those books that I know what Master's tastes are, Kana says. My tastes? Yes, I was completely clueless on the subject, so it was very informative, Kana says. That must be why Nisama told me to wear these clothes as well, so that I could make you happy. Keisuke, no, Master, Kana says.
ご主人様を喜ばせて。
With that comment, Kana softly clutched my hand. Whether I wanted to or not, those soft warm hands around mine were causing my heart rate to climb.
私がご主人
Until
様
I am able to fully satisfy you, Master, those books can stay where they are,
させら
Kana
れ
says.
今は至らな
I
い
am
メイ
at
ドです
present
が
an incompetent maid, but I
ご主
will
人
work
様
and
に
study
可愛がっ
hard
ていた
so
だ
that
け
you
る
will
よう
show me your
頑張
affection,
って
she
おべ
says.
きですから
So if such a
もし
time should come that you are
私に満
satisfied
足
with
して
me,
い
if
た
at
だ
all
いた時
possible,
は
please take me by your
できれば
side instead of
その
those books,
ず
Kana
っと
says. Keep me at your side forever and ever, Kana says. She blushed and looked at me with glistening eyes. Kana was truly brave and adorable. Kana! I found myself squeezing Kana tightly in my arms. Kana's tiny frame fit snugly against me. Her womanly fragrance wafted through the air and made my heart pang. Master, Kana says. You must say some truly adorable things, Kana. I don't need magazines anymore. As long as I have you. I'm happy, please keep me at your side forever. Please be affectionate to me, Master, Kana says. How could I not shower her with affection when she said something so sweet and nuzzled her cheek against my chest? Kana, lift your head. I flicked her chin upward and gave her a semi-aggressive kiss. Though she trembled for a moment, Kana clutched my back tightly and accepted my lips. I pecked at her soft lips again and again, all for the sake of confirming just how warm they were with my tongue. Kana, you're so cute, Kana. She says, I'm so happy, Master. And then just more kissy noises. Started off as a one-sided kiss, but Kana eventually nibbled at my lower lip and flicked her tiny tongue inside my mouth. Minor resistance both amused and made me happy. Obscene, watery noises resounded from both of our moist lips time and again. Although it was an accident in a certain sense, our outstretched tongues suddenly clashed together as we both tried to lick the other's lips. The slick sensation the moment our tongues touched sent a shiver through my spine. A powerful pleasure surged through me and made me wonder if it might scorch all the way to my brain. Master, just now, Kana says. Yeah, that was incredible. Yes, it gave me lots of chills. I have never done this before, Kana says. By the sound of it, Kana had a similar experience. She arched backwards rather strongly there against my chest. The way she squirmed around, all puzzled with her head hung, it was so damn hot. Hey, want to try it one more time? Ah, yes, Kana says. This time around, we deliberately took aim and entwined our tongues together. For a single moment, Kana's shoulders shuddered there in my arms, and she squeezed her eyes shut. It was such an unbelievably lovely gesture that I kept on repeating the deed without end. It was incredible. Yes, my head is spinning, mature kisses are amazing, Kana says. Her trembling voice was as sweet as honey and was making my mind melt. Kana! Once more, or rather this time I thrust my tongue roughly into her mouth and turned it about. Her body gave an adorable jolt as she let out a sweet and nasally snort. As she let out sweet nasally snorts. whenever our tongues meshed. However, she didn't appear to be rejecting me. This kiss, Master's kiss, is amazing, Kana says. Kana accepted my unrelenting tongue and tried eagerly to reciprocate with her own tiny tongue's caress. I took it in, surprised her with a counterattack of my own, and ravished her mouth. Kana's entire body shivered in evident excitement. Your kiss, too amazing, Kana says. After a conspicuously strong moan, Kana's hips twitched intensely and she clung tightly to my chest. I pulled my lips away a moment and gave my heaving Kana a pat on the head. So cruel, Keisuke. Your kiss is too intense, Kana says. By any chance, did you arrive, Kana? I'm not sure, but when you were loving me with your tongue, my mind kept only... What? Kept only grew blank? What? She said. So I knew it, my body got all numb and twitchy and then refused to listen to what I told it, Kana says. That's probably what it feels like to arrive. You weren't able to arrive the other day, but you arrived from some kissing. What a lewd little mouth you've got. You cannot say things like that, Kana says. Sharing such a passionate kiss with you, I cannot help but feel spacey afterwards. And what am I supposed to do about it, Kana says? When you ravaged my mouth so roughly, my mind ends up going blank, Kana says. The way she fidgeted and looked away while saying something so daring was outrageously lovely. Did you just like me being pushy? No, but Keisuke, when such an intense kiss, intense kisses, I cannot even begin to serve you any longer, Kana says. Kana, you went back to calling me Keisuke at some point. Forgive me, Master, Kana says. It's fine. Gotta hear you saying some pretty cute and sexy stuff just now. Jeez, come on, Master, Kana says. Kana puffed up her cheeks and sulked. She was so sweet when she got like this. Ooh, I meant to serve you, but you ended up serving me instead, Kana says. This time I will make it my mission to serve you, so, Master, would you please get on the bed for me, Kana says. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how you're gonna serve me. Okay then, please excuse me, Kana says. That's gonna be Gobi. Took a seat on the bed. Kana unfastened my belt, her hands less than confident, and lowered my pants. Wasn't sure what she was trying to do, but it almost certainly involved servicing my lower body. Since I had only recently graduated from my virgin status, I was internally brimming with more anticipation at what erotic acts Kana might perform on me every passing second. But while I was at it, Kaka, rock solid. Oh, it is already so big, Kana says. It's because I'm looking forward to seeing how you'll serve me. Yes, I will work hard to meet your expectations, Kana says. Can we, like, get it on with? Kana replied, and, okay. What's wrong? No. Sprung out at me and was a little surprised. This is basically already aged scene. That is basically already aged scene. That is basically already aged scene. I'm basically just like spam clicking until the CG actually shows up. Oh boy, it's a foot job. Be right back. They're done fucking, apparently. I believe I can remove this without worry. I'm no longer sure I can remove this without worry. At some point after Kana and I made love to our heart's content, I must have fallen asleep. When I suddenly woke up, Kana wasn't there beside me. It's 5 o'clock. Still earlier than normal, but not too early either. I was curious where Kana may have gone and decided to get up. Oh. Well, hello there. I don't even need to look. Kana, now that I call her maid, was Suzuka. She was making rice balls in the kitchen, wearing the undershirt she'd brought to use for pajamas.
昨晩はお楽しみじゃったな。あれだけ激しかったのじゃ。もっと休んでいても良いのじゃぞ。
That's really none of your business, you know?
どうやら元気そうじゃな。さすがは浦部家の男じゃ。
Suzuka wrapped up the finished rice balls in foil, and a mischievous smile crossed her
さて、
face.
少し出るかな。お主も付き合い。
Where you go? Oh, where are we going?
ただの散歩じゃよ。ただのな。さて、この辺りでいいかな。
We eventually made our way to the park. Suzuka sat down on the bank of the pond and opened up her meal. Questioned her walking outside in just her undershirt, but we wouldn't run into many people out on a walk this early. Made it to the park safely without anyone finding any issue with it.
ほれ、どうした？そんなところに突っ立っていないで、お主も座れ。
Sure. Oh, there we go. Sat down beside Suzuka and picked up a rice ball. 2 or 3 bites in, the perfect degree of saltiness mixed with the rice's sweetness spread throughout my mouth. Its taste against my tongue made me feel true joy that I had been born
どう
Japanese.
じゃ？わらわの握った塩むすびはうまいじゃろう。
That's the part where any normal person acts modest, but they are tasty, yeah.
そうじゃろう、そうじゃろう。ほれ、遠慮せずもっと食べるがよい。
Sure. I took her up on her offer and focused on chewing for a short while. Must have been hungrier than I thought. Scarfed a second, then a third down without my hands or mouth ever pausing. Suzuka gazed at me looking satisfied. So I was making it kind of tough to eat. Hey, is Kana still asleep?
中で幸せそうな夢を見ておるわ。もうしばらく寝かせておこう。
See, let to hear that.
何か心配事でもあったか？
Well, all things considered, I was just thinking she may have overdone it a lot yesterday.
安心せえ。あの程度のむつび合いでどうにかなるほど、カナはなんならわらわともしてみるか？カナがどれほど丈夫か試してみるがよい。
You really need to knock that off already!
まあ、とにかくうまくいっているようで何よりじゃ。この子にはずっと苦労をかけていたからの。このまま幸せになってほしいものじゃ。
Suffered?
あ、わらわがずっと中におったからの。
That can't be true. Kana would never think
思
that.
っていなかったとしても、じゃよ。
Tinge loneliness spread across her face as she spoke.
カナは昔、ついぞ友達ができぬ子でな。あかりと家族くらいにしか心を開かなかったのじゃ。わらわのこともあるし、家のこともある。周りはどうにもあの子を腫れ物扱いしておってな。
Well, yes, that probably was the case. Or was this her Sakagami lineage, and also the inhuman strength she gained through housing Suzuka within her? Average children would have considered Kana too foreign. It was easy enough to imagine how tough it would be for her to be accepted.
じゃが、学園に入り、乙女と出会い、今は葵たちもそばにおる。カナは、以前とは比べ物にならぬくらい明るくなった。これも、お主たちのおかげじゃろうな。
Suzuka leisurely reaffirmed one point after another at a whisper. Unsure of whether I should interject, I simply sat back and listened closely. Sounding as tightly as Suzuka was talking, then I should hear them out until they were
わら
finished.
わはいつも、坂上の娘たちに犠牲を強いておった。本人たちの意志と関わりなく体を借り、戦いとなれば傷をつけることもある。ましてや年頃の娘たちに、じゃ。さぞ恨まれもしたであろうな。
Now, wait a second. I thought that I shouldn't cut in, but I obviously couldn't ignore what she just said. Do you seriously believe that Kana resents you? It's true that I don't know the old Kana. I also have no idea of knowing what could have been running through her mother's head. But I can tell just looking at her. At the very least, she doesn't resent you. That's the one thing I can say with absolute certainty.
ケイスケ、そうじゃな。この子は優しい子じゃからな。
Suzuka responded to my frustration with a self-deprecating smile of her own. Those eyes were still somewhat clouded in
カナは
sorrow.
な、己の立場を、自分に課せられた役割を、 誰を恨むでもなく受け入れておったよ。じゃがその代わり笑わない子に育った。幼くして家では当主として扱われ、外では他の子らの輪にも入ることもできず、いつも寂しそうでな。
Can't even imagine that based on how she acts now.
じゃろうな。あかりと学園に通うようになり、カナは少しずつ笑顔になっていったのじゃ。
Based on that, Keisuke hasn't really had it any better either. Like his entire family's basically permanently in hiding. He's been trained as Phantom Thieveura for like God knows how long, probably.
熊吉がああいう困った性格なのもカナを笑わせるため。というのは少々違うか。じゃがあかりと熊吉、それと乙女、今はお主たちのおかげでカナが笑うようになったのは事実。お主たちには感謝してもしきれぬ。今のカナは毎日が本当に楽しそうじゃ。
Suzuka affectionately stroked over her heart and looked up to the sky with a soft squint in her eyes.
土雲も壊滅した。裏を追う必要ももはやない。良い友人にも伴侶にも恵まれた。まさか裏と恋仲になるとは思ってもみなかったが、それはそれで面白い。これで本当にわらわの役目もおしまいじゃ。もう誰かに迷惑をかけることもない。
That said, Suzuka sighed at the very end, to say that this marked the end, that she no longer had any role to fill.
お主たちを見ているのは楽しかったぞ。昔のことを思い出すようでな。じゃがそろそろ頃合いじゃろ。
Huh? Suzuka looked up at the sky once more and then slowly closed her eyes. Sunlight shone upon Suzuka's weakly smiling silhouette. Almost looked like she was disappearing. Hey, Suzuka! Grabbed her hand in a panic, sensing the faint warmth in her hand was a small relief.
なんじゃ、人がせっかく気持ちよく寝ようというのに。まだ。
Well, tell me, this isn't your way of trying to say goodbye, is it?
わらわの役目は終わった。もうこれ以上の助けも。いや、わらわの存在なぞ、戦いのない世に力は不要。わらわは厄介者以外の何者でもない。
You moron. There's obviously no way that's what she wants. If that mattered, no way Suzuka wasn't also aware of that. She'd kept a close eye on Kana all this time and adored her to no end. She had to know how Kana felt.
確かに、この子は本当に優しい子に育ってくれた。だからこそ、これ以上苦しんでほしくないのじゃ。カナには幸せになってほしいからな。
You disappearing will break her heart. But then, I'm sure you already know that.
それは。
Gazed into those golden eyes and refused to look away. Wanted to know how Suzuka honestly felt. It was at least a small part of it, but something told me there was no turning back if I didn't face her right here and now. I would lose my chance to talk to Suzuka for all eternity. Suzuka and I stared at each other without blinking for a short while, but Suzuka folded first, shrugged her shoulders and sighed.
好きな皆説得じゃの。まあ、そう言われるだろうとは思っておったが。
Why did you tell me any of this? Especially if you know I'll stop you.
そうじゃな。
Suzuka spoke evasively, seemingly puzzled for a short time, then finally whispered her answer.
似ておったんじゃよ。
Similar.
わらわの未練じゃな。全くめめしいものじゃ。どれほど時が流れても、忘れたと思っていても、未だにかような心がくすぶり続けておったとはな。
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
分かられてもわらわが困る。
She shrugged her shoulders once more, as if to say she had given up. I had no idea what she was trying to say. She may not have intended to tell me anything in the first place. But if she had doubts, she had regrets, there was all the more reason why she shouldn't let everything come to an end now.
お主に何も告げず去るのは惜しいと思った。
To me.
あ？去り際に 選別くらいはもらっておこうと思ってな。
She grinned and jerked her face close to mine. Suzuka stole my lips by force yet again. This time it wasn't just once. She pressed her lips against me over and over. Finally satisfied, Suzuka let out a quiet sigh and released my lips. Onigiri was likely to blame, but her lips were a little salty.
これで2度目か。お主はカナと何度も交わしておったようじゃ。しかし、これはいかんな。カナがあのように骨抜きにされるのもわかる。
Hey, you even stuck your tongue in!
そう怖い顔をするでない。唇は元からカナのものじゃ。不義理をしたわけではないぞ。もっとも、中身はわらわなのじゃから。それでカナがどう思うかは別じゃがな。
Suzuka shamelessly added before shooting me a malicious smirk. This one really was a troublemaker. Then again, it was because of that Kana and I managed to get together.
いかんな。本当に鈍りそうじゃ。
What do you mean?
いやいや、気にするでない。ただの独り言じゃ。
Suzuka moved her fingers away from her lips and leaned back, making a point that anything further was pointless.
しそうになったな。お主の唇、なかなかに気持ちよかったぞ。ケイスケ、あとは任せた。坂上家のことは、カナと熊吉に任せておけば、万事うまくやるじゃろ。
Come on, don't be like that.
ったく、しつこいな。わらわがいなくなることは、お主にとっても悪いことではあるまい。今のようなこともなくなるのじゃぞ。
Well, it's not like I hated what just happened or anything.
やはり、カナに伝えておかねばならんことができたかもしれんな。お主の恋人は、意外と尻が軽いと。
Wait, forget what I just said. Hurry and get out of here. Wait, on second thought, wait. Please don't go. I'm begging you.
さて、どうしたものかの。お主はわらわに行ってほしいのか、残ってほしいのか。どっちなのじゃ？
Did I want her to leave or stay, huh? Yeah, that's right. I want you to stay. There's nothing to do with Kana. I personally don't want to say goodbye to you. Remember what you said? That you wouldn't bother anyone anymore? That nobody needed your help?
あ、そうじゃな。もう必要なかろう。
She no longer had any enemies to defeat or pursue, and that made Suzuka feel like she was in the way. But now there is. There's someone you need to save.
何?
Though she had been aloof until now, she frowned for the first time. Yes, there was still someone remaining that needed her help. There's nobody else. This time it's your turn to be saved. You need to save yourself.
何を言っておる。わらわは別に何も困ってない。
Nah, it's not true. You may have nothing bothering you, but you're certainly lost. You mentioned having lingering regrets, right? That's why you went out of your way to bring me all the way here and chat with me. Am I wrong? It's fine if you call me conceited and laugh, but it seemed like you wouldn't even notice it yourself unless I spoke up right now, so I'm gonna say it. Isn't the truth that you wanted someone to stop you? Isn't it that you hate the idea of going your separate ways?
それは。
If that happens to be true, I can't possibly let you go. I want to save you too. No, we want to save you. Isn't that right? On that note, I glanced over at the lake beside us.
はい、そうです。今度は私たちが鈴鹿様をお助けします。鈴鹿様も私の大切な家族の一人なのですから。カナ。
Suzuka. No, the Kana reflected on the water's surface, smiled as she looked this way.
目を覚ましておったか。
はい。実はずっと前から起きていました。
Huh? Really? Why didn't you start listening in?
そうですね。ケイスケさんがさっきのは別に嫌だったってわけでもとおっしゃっていたあたりでしょうか。
Please forgive me! I decisively bowed my head with so much force I practically kneeled before her. Kana's smile was terrifying.
冗談ですよ。本当は公園に来た時からです。
That's even worse somehow.
鈴鹿様が圭介さんにキスした時はすぐに入れ替わってしまおうかとも思ったのですが。
いや、あれはじゃな。い
えいえ、私は怒ってなんていませんから大丈夫ですよ。もちろん少しは焼き餅を焼いちゃいましたが、他ならぬ鈴鹿様です。今回は多めに見ます。
Suzuka and I sighed at the same time. When Kana saw this, she giggled in the water's
今
reflection.
までありがとうございました、鈴鹿様。鈴鹿様が私をずっと見守ってくださっていたのは分かっています。引退した母様もおっしゃっていました。鈴鹿様はいつも宿主となった自分たちの身を案じていたと。
じゃが、わらわは支援のためにお主たちを利用してきた。時には傷つけ、ひどい時には命まで危険に。じゃから、もう終わりにしたいのじゃ。すべてが終わった今、お主たち坂組の人間を自由にしてやらねばならん。
Compromise. Just make Kana the last. Kana's lifespan is now yours. Stuff like that. Suzuka glanced away and sounded vaguely distressed. Kana offered a soft
わ
smile.
かりました。それなら自由にさせていただきますね。それでまずは鈴鹿様とお近づきになります。
なんじゃと？
私もお母様も鈴鹿様に守っていただきながら何もお返しできていませんでした。土雲退治のお役目がなくなったのでしたら、むしろそれは恩返しを行う絶好の機会です。私は鈴鹿様にも幸せになっていただきたいんです。戦い以外の楽しいことをもっとたくさん知ってほしいんです。
かな。
Kana's eyes spoke volumes there on the water's surface. After all, I love you, Suzuka, so I do not want to be apart those true feelings of hers.
じゃが、わらわはずっと戦いしかしてこなかった。今さら何をどう余生を楽しんでいいのかわからぬ。
Godless, Suzuka reluctantly grimaced. Gave her hat a tender pat. Knowing you, I'm sure it'll be okay. Always doing whatever you feel like, as long as you keep your spirits up and play around, you'll have fun whether you like it or not.
ケイスケ。
そうですよ。時間はたくさんあるんですし、今から覚えていけばいいんです。
I'll help you too, so I hope we can stay together a little longer. Neither of us is gonna allow you to go off on your own and rest in peace without telling us. That note, I gently held a hand out before Suzuka. Yes, if everything was over, that meant she could start again from scratch. When it came to time, we had as much as we could ever need. She didn't know the answer, she simply had to find it. She could figure out her path forward one step at a
遅
time.
すぎることなんて何もないんです。これから始めましょう、鈴鹿様。
まったく、お主らは。
She stood there with an exasperated grin for a moment, and then...
ならば、これからも、よろしく頼むのじゃ。
Though she turned away, she finally held my hand back. A few days passed since our conversation in the park, and Suzuka had remained like nothing had happened. She'd occasionally borrow Kana's body to get a rise out of me, then promptly recede and leave Kana to clean up the mess she'd created. It was no great inconvenience, and yet it made me and Kana both happy. Today, Kana and I were going on a date and supposed to meet outside my dorm. So we planned,
ああ、
but...
早かったの。では、行くとするか。
Wait a second, what happened to Kana?
なに、少しの間変わってもらっておるだけじゃ。わらわに楽しみを教えてくれると言ったのはお主たちじゃろ。きちんと責任取ってもらうぞ。
We did,
なん
but
じゃ、わらわが相手では不服と申すか。
it's not like that. I just feel bad for Kana since she was looking forward to today too. I remembered how happy she looked when we first arranged this date. Suzuka was important too, but I wanted to treasure Kana even more than that.
安心せえ。こんなこともあろうかと持ってきたものがある。
Suzuka replied before rummaging through her bag and removing a round object. A hand
そうじゃ。こいつで。ほれ。
Suzuka pointed that simple round mirror and a disc my way, and then...
すみません、ケイスケさん。もう、鈴鹿様ってば強引なんですから。
Kana said with a sigh, her face reflected in the mirror. Now I got it. Kana, in her minimal compact size, could join us this way.
すまんの。わらわも一度合いびきというものをしてみたかったんじゃ。
Saying that now? You've gotten our hair plenty up until
だ
today.
ってそうじゃったかの。
Well, she hadn't just gotten in our way, I guess. Not for Suzuka, I was sure Kana and I wouldn't be going out on dates like this. I'm sorry, Kana, but would you mind putting our date on hold for the day?
はい。鈴鹿様をよろしくお願いします。
よし、話はまとまったな。
Hey, don't tug! Kana watched over me from within the mirror as Suzuka dragged me by the arm. Oh boy, the way things were going, would today's date be alright? Then again, we hadn't decided for sure what we would even be doing. Kana was all I needed in order to have fun, so we had nothing in particular in mind for our date. We decided to wander around the store for a bit, but...
のう、ケイスケ。
What's up?
合いびきというのはこうして歩いているだけのものなのか？
Nah, it's not really how it works, but are you bored?
つまらないわけではないのだが、物足りないというか。お、そうじゃ。確かこういう時。
She hugged my arm against her chest and snuggled up against...
これはなかなか。
Suzuka, your chest is touching me.
以前にもやったであろう。当てているのじゃ。ほれほれ、どうじゃ？女子の体は柔らかいであろう。
Now I've done it! Now that I know Kana's body through and through, it has no effect on me! No effect!
ケイスケさん、鼻の下が伸びてます。
Kana, it's not like that. This, you know...
何をむくれておるのじゃかな。これはお主の体なのじゃから問題あるまい。毎晩好き放題触らせておるのじゃし。
そういうことを私の口で言わないでください。周りの方々に勘違いされちゃいます。
赤くなってかわいいの。なるほど。これは意外と楽しいかもしれん。
Suzuka grinned and dozzed up against me even further. Then she deliberately held the mirror out to show off
ほ
Kana.
れほれ、どうじゃかな。お主の胸を当てられて、ケイスケのあそこが大きくなっておるぞ。
That idiot, don't point that out in public!
ケイスケさんのエッチ。
Ah, you've got it wrong, Kana. This is because your body feels so nice. Crap, Kana was teary-eyed in the mirror. I dug my own grave.
やはりこれは面白いの。かな、お主もやってみたらどうじゃ？
結構です。
まあまあ、そう遠慮するでない。ほれ、変わるぞ。
Shwoop. Kana. The precise instant her eye color switched, Kana clung to me even tighter. Huh? She was clean to me. She wasn't running away either.
ケイスケさん、あまりデレデレしちゃ嫌です。いくら自分の体でも他の人と仲良くしているのを見るのは辛いです。ケイスケさん、浮気しちゃ嫌です。
This was unbelievable. The sensation against my arm was enough to make me melt on my own. Add in how lovely my teary-eyed Kana was, and I couldn't take it. Kana, you're seriously adorable!
ケイスケさん、
It's alright, you're the one I love. I'll never falter and fall for someone else. I couldn't stand it, hugging her tight and lightly kissed her on the cheek. His face went blank and she nuzzled her cheek against my arm.
ケイスケさん、
You're so adorable when you get all thingy.
くすぐったいですよ。本をツンツンしないでください。
Okay, why don't we head into town? What's up,
お
Kana?
りゃ今日はわらわとの相引きじゃろうが、あまりデレデレするでない。
Oh, so we were, sorry. Suzuka, I traded places with Kana before I realized that she was awfully gung-ho today, huh? Okay, let's just go wherever the day takes us.
なんじゃその投げやりな返事は。まったく二人してイチャイチャしようって見せつけてくれるの。
それは鈴鹿様が抜け駆けしようとするからでして、
何か言ったか。いい
え、何でもありま
せん。まあよい。
Kana replied and looked pretty ticked off.
のケイスケ。
Turned around when Suzuka called my name and found my lips abruptly stolen. This must have been enough to satisfy her, as she immediately released my lips and giggled.
今のはこれで許してやろう。さてと、次は町の方じゃったな。とっとと案内するのじゃ。
Well, quit hugging my arm if you're gonna run!
聞こえんな。ほれほれ、はよ行くぞ。
Suzuka almost seemed like a child as she tugged me along by my arm. In the mirror, Kana had an unspeakably conflicted look on her face.
先ほどのゲーセンは楽しかったの。また今度一緒に行くぞ。あっちの店からうまそうな匂いがするぞ。ほれ、ケイスケ、早く来い。
She really is like a fucking child. Or because she couldn't really live out her childhood. I'm telling you, wait up! Don't run off without me! Once we arrived at the shopping district, Suzuka reached the apex of excitement. She giggled happily, clutched at my arm, and dragged me along from one shop to the next. Honestly, it was kind of
ケイス
embarrassing.
ケ、ケイスケ、次じゃ次。もっと見て回るのじゃ。
I got it, so come down a little, okay?
どうした？もうへばったのか？まだ着いたばかりではないか。
Listen, just how many places do you think we've been to in the past 2 hours? We've already visited 10 different shops, most of which were accessory and clothing boutiques. She only thought we just got here because she was bizarrely hyperactive.
男のくせにだらしないの。では次の店を最後にしてやる。
She replied, extending her pointer finger to her desired location. I looked to where she was pointing and... wait, anything but that.
そこだけはダメです。
どうしてカナまで反対するのじゃ？わらわは最初からあの店に目をつけておったのじゃ。かわいい布切れがたくさん飾っておるしな。
We're trying to tell you that's...
下着のお店です。
Dazzling, radiant lingerie store was there beyond our gaze. Way too difficult a place for a man like me to enter, even if I was with Suzuka or Kana.
おかしいの。あそこには男が入ってはいけないのか？わらわが読んだ本では、お店の更衣室でキャッキャウフフするといつもより燃えるみたいなことが書いてあったのじゃが。
That sounds like the sort of thing you'd find in an erotic manga. Actually, why have you been reading books like that?
乙女に借りたレディースコミックに書いてあったのじゃ。デートを成功させるにはまず成功からだとな。
I'm starting to feel like she and I are gonna need to have a long talk soon. I wish she wouldn't teach Suzuka such weird stuff just for her to bring up these steamy subjects.
もしかしてそのご本って。
前にカナも読んでおったな。
鈴鹿様、言っちゃダメです。
Kana?
違うんですよ。私も先輩にアドバイスしていただいた時にお借りしただけですから。
Wow, you got advice from Senpai too.
それは
偽裏騒動の後の話でな。確か男を落とす魅惑のテクニックを。
See, you're trying really hard too, huh?
軽蔑したりしませんか？そんなご本を読んだりして。
No, why would I? We're trying to improve our relationship, so it makes me really happy. Thank you.
ケイスケさん、こちらこそありがとうございます。すごく嬉しいです。
I imagine Suzuka's just standing next to them again, like, oh boy, they've started flirting again. Kana.
どうでもいいが、ケイスケ。今の自分の姿をよく考えてみるがよいぞ。
What do you mean? Wait. Once a remark brought me back to my senses, I became painfully aware of the depths of stares piercing into me. Come to think of it, Kana was currently inside the mirror, and I was staring into it with an awfully goofy-looking smile on my face. Congratulations, you now have the reputation of a fucking narcissist.
やだ。あれ？
いや、おそらく最新型の携帯ゲーム機に違いない。鏡の中に女の子が映ってたしな。
じゃあ。
そう。どっちにしろ残念な子だよ。もう。
No! Thus did rumors spread across Miyajima of a new pervert. Following that, I somehow got her to spare me from going into the lingerie shop, but she did lead me around to a bunch more shops for a while longer. Around the time the sun began to set, I had finally recovered from the damage I took from my earlier mishap.
なるほど。確かに合いびきは楽しいの。カナがいつも笑顔になっていた理由がよくわかる。
See, as long as you had fun, that's what's most important.
これもお主のおかげじゃ。ありがとな。
She replied to my semi-snarky comment with a beaming smile.
急に顔を赤くしてどうした？
Suzuka was pretty cute when she acted so bubbly. Wait a second, she was gone on the outside, but inside she had to be awfully... Took a sharp blow to the shin and couldn't help but yelp in agony. Idiot aiming for the legs is unfair!
どうせ失礼なことを考えておったのじゃろ。まったく。合いびきのさなか他のことに気をやるなど、どういう了見じゃ。
Yes, I'm sorry. Correction, Suzuka was still Suzuka. I was ashamed of myself for thinking she wasn't even a little cute. Now she actually was cute.
まあ、お主が戸惑うのもわかる。今日は自分でもはしゃぎすぎたと思う。わらわがカナに体を借りるのは、もっぱら戦いの時だけじゃったからな。カナをからかうために入れ替わったこともあったが、こういったところを自分の足で歩き回ったことはなくての。じゃが、わらわは憧れておったのじゃ。話で聞き、本で読んだことのある普通の人間としての営みを、こうして恋人と共に街を回り、笑い合う。そんな日を。
鈴鹿様。
よもや、こうして1800年越しに体験できるとは思わなかったが、それを実現できたのも、圭介のおかげじゃな。礼を言わねばならん。
Come on already, remember our promise? I told you we'd teach you how to have fun.
そうじゃったな。では、最後まで存分に楽しませてもらうとしよう。いや、最後なんてもう言わん。これからもずっと楽しませてもらうぞ。
Yeah, that's the spirit. This time I was the one to grab Suzuka's arm and start walking. Kata didn't complain either. I was right. From now on, we would always be together. We'd have tons of fun, all three of us. Like so, until the sun went down, neither Suzuka nor I ever tried to let go of the other's hand.
ああ、おかえりなさい、お兄ちゃん。
Oh, you were here. I was at my dorm when I came home from my day with Kana and Suzuka. Come on, I'm beat for the day, so scoot. I'll see you at school tomorrow.
扱いがひどい。いいもん。どうせ私は捨てられた女だもん。
Hey, don't say that stuff that makes me sound bad.
妹は寂しいと死んじゃうんだからね。
sort of rabbit are you supposed to be? That time when you get lonely, huh?
じゃが、わらわは憧れておったのじゃ。話で聞き、本で読んだことのある、こうして恋人と共に街を回り、笑い合う。そんな日を。
Suddenly Suzuka's profile popped back into my mind. Suzuka, I was sure she was a lonely woman. She may not be aware of it herself, but if you ask me, she looked like she wanted someone to spoil her. Fragile enough that she might break at any moment without someone supporting her. It was the sort of burden she seemed to carry on her shoulders. And was probably currently acting as her support system. Possible I'd like to do the same.
どうしたのお兄ちゃん。
What do you mean?
何か悩んでるでしょ。もしかしてカナさんに愛想つかされた？それともやっぱり妹の方が良かった？
There's no way. Actually.
あれれ、もしかして本当に。
No, it's not that. Left to my mind just now were Kana and Suzuka's faces. If I were to give Suzuka preference, I would get too worried about Kana to keep it up. Naturally, the reverse was equally true. If we were to maintain a relationship the way we were, one of them might eventually lose their patience with me. Even if things didn't pan out that way, the relationship between Kana and Suzuka might change. Kana had seemed somewhat displeased today, too. Kana was important to me and I loved her dearly. I didn't doubt those feelings for even a second. Even so, I still needed to work with Suzuka to some capacity. Wouldn't guess at a first glance, but Kana could be relatively jealous at times. Suzuka got lonely easily in her own right, and I couldn't very well leave her alone. Both of them better. Nah, I can't. That wouldn't be faithful.
お兄ちゃん、まさか。そうか。ついに当たっ。
Oh, I was bellowing about something or other to my side, but I didn't have any mental capacity to let it near at the moment. As the saying goes, can't please everyone. I wanted to support Suzuka together with Kana if it was possible, but...
カナさんだっていい人だもんね。一緒になっても3人でエッチとかはまだちょっと怖いけど。大丈夫。愛があれば何でも乗り越えられるよ。
Aoi.
ねえお兄ちゃん、恋愛なんてそんな潔癖じゃなくていいんだよ。私はいつでも準備完了だからレッツ貼っとく。悩んでたって仕方ないよ。好きなものは好き。単純でいいじゃない。
Huh? Yeah, you think so? Makes sense to worry. You love what you love, huh? That you might be right,
大
but...
丈夫だよお兄ちゃん。絶対うまくいくって。もしダメでもその時に考えればいいんだから。
But if things go sideways, things couldn't go back to the way they were, right?
だからって悩んで立ち止まってるなんてらしくないよ。そんなお兄ちゃん見たくない。
Not like me. Yeah, losing my nerve and stressing out wasn't my style. Yeah, giving it a shot and regretting it later was infinitely better than regretting never giving it a try at all. Got it. Thanks, Zoe. Agonizing over it won't get me anywhere. I'll be totally honest with how I feel.
お兄ちゃん、私も頑張るから。
These are two different conversations right now. Yeah, thanks. Okay, it's time to get to it.
いいよ。来て、お兄ちゃん。
Rushed out of the room and made a beeline for the park the three of us visited the other day. I got in touch with Kana and asked her to come meet me here on my way.
何かあったんですか？
このような時間に人気のない場所に呼び出してどうしたのじゃ？野外プレイでもするのか？
Obviously not! After a short wait, Kana showed up in the park with Suzuka's figure reflected in the water. Now then, it was great that I called them here, but how should I break the subject? I got caught up in the moment and rushed out, but it was one hell of a topic to just bring up out of the blue.
何か伝えにくいお話なのでしょうか？
どうした？お主らしくもない。わらわたちを信じてはっきり申せ。
Suzuka noticed I wasn't acting like my usual self too. Yeah, stressing over it won't help anything. I can't lie to myself anyway.
ぜひお話を聞かせてください。
Yeah, well, it's a really selfish subject, but I've got to
だから
complain.
何の話じゃ。もったいぶらずに申せ。
Got it. I nodded firmly and turned to face them. Then I gazed at Kana and opened my mouth. I love you, Kana. Very dearly, deeply.
ありがとうございます。
なんじゃ。そんなのろけを言うために悩んでおったのか？
No, that's not all. Then I turned to Suzuka's reflection in the water and locked eyes. I want to support you too, Suzuka. Just like I do Kana. From now on and forever.
わらわも？
Yeah, I've known for a while, but you're a really delicate person. Feels like you'll break the second something might happen.
何を申すか。わらわはそんなやわではない。
そうですね。鈴鹿様は確かに寂しがり屋さんなところがありますしね。
かな、お主までわらわをからかうのか。ひょっとしてわらわを恥ずかしめるためにここに呼んだのか。だとしたらわらわにも考えがあるぞ。
Come on, chill for a second. I'm not done yet. I reined Suzuka in after a disturbing declaration and told them both the thing I most wanted to say. I care for both of you, Kana and Suzuka, so I'd like to support you both if possible. This might be unfaithful and egotistical of me, but I want all three of us to be together in the foreseeable future.
3人で。
Now I'd gone and said it. Neither Kana nor Suzuka were the sort of person to weigh my options against giving either preference meant leaving out the other. Equilibrium would be maintained if I supported them both. But yeah, it was genuinely the most selfish proposal of all time. Still, this was somehow I felt deep inside. These were my current honest feelings.
それは何か？二股をかけるという宣言か？
Yeah, you're welcome to think of it that way.
ケイスケさん。
I'm sorry, Kana, but deep down that's just how I feel. I want to make both of you happy. The silence continued for a while longer. I waited patiently for their answer, feeling like a defendant awaiting his verdict all the while. And then... Suzuka?
いや、すまぬ。まさかそのような大胆なことを言い出すとは思ってもみなかったのでな。じゃが、さすがは怪盗ウラじゃ。それでこそわらわの見込んだ男よ。なあかな。はい。
ケイスケさんならそうおっしゃってくれると思っていました。
That sounds kind of bad! In a way. Like, I knew he was gonna suggest that he fucks both of us. Like, that sounds terrible! That sounds fucking... Huh? Suzuka burst into laughter and kind of followed her lead and broke into a
あ
grin.
れほど神妙な顔をして言うから何かと思えば。拍子抜けも良いところじゃぞ。
はい。何か悪いことが起きたのかと思ってドキドキしちゃいました。
I mean, wait a second. You two are okay with this. Common sense would dictate that there was zero chance they would accept this. But when it came to Suzuka and Kana, maybe they would be unexpectedly accepting. It was true that I had that fleeting hope. Still, it struck me as questionable that it would actually prove so easily.
何をほうけた顔しておる。わらわたちにしてみれば今更な話じゃぞ。
はい。確かに少しは焼き餅を焼いてしまうかもしれませんが、ですが、そういうのも楽しいです。
I like how he's over here like suggesting this like the most crazy idea ever, and they apparently over here like. So we kind of already decided on this without you, like a couple of days ago, like right after she tried to vanish on her own. We kind of like forgot to tell you yet, but yeah, that's the plan already. We kind of weird, but you know. Trying to make it official now when we've already talked about it. But sure, I guess. Anyways. You want to know a nice bit of sprite consistency I just discovered? Even the colors on the ribbons are all still on the right string. And in the right order.
わらわも同じじゃ。 圭介を取り合ってカナと言い争う。そういうのも悪くないと心の中で話しておったのじゃ。
Then Kana and Suzuka nodded to me in
これ
unison.
からも私と鈴鹿様をよろしくお願いしますね。
恋は多少背徳的な方が燃えるからの。これからが楽しみじゃ。
Neither Kana nor I protested Suzuka's smug comment. In fact, a shiver of some sort raced up my spine. They were all more promiscuous than we originally thought. H scene where they fucking like switch control every line. What did you say?
ですから今日はお屋敷で働いている人たち全員にお暇が出されています。
Deprived, but sure. I slowly began to process that information. Kana invited me to hang out after school without any warning, but no ninja had come to pick me up. It was great and all that she treated me to dinner, but Kana had taken care of all the table sitting too. And
明
Kokichi?
日の朝まで自分探しの旅に出るそうです。
That's a pretty simple self to search for. Yeesh. For someone as shallow as Kamukichi to go on a journey of self-discovery, in the worst case scenario, you might come back before daybreak. And could
葵ちゃんのお部屋に泊まるそうです。葵ちゃんからはくれぐれも羽目を外さないようにとメールをいただきました。
Sounds like people are sticking their noses in where they don't belong again. Setting that aside for a moment, it appeared Aoi had accepted Kana with open arms. I doubted anyone would interrupt us now, but I was happy for the
ち
consideration.
なみに追伸で「私も混ぜて」と書いてあったのですが、どういう意味でしょうか？
You can ignore that and don't bother replying. Aoi never changed. She had been oddly obsessed with threesomes lately, but I wondered who had put such an absurd idea in her head in the first place. So, that means you'll be all alone.
はい。ですからその一人きりでは不安なので、圭介さんに泊まっていただければと。
Kind of fidgeted in place and shyly peeked up at me. This was pretty clearly.
ですか。
It's not that, of course I'd love to come over. It wasn't every day Kana would invite me over to her big empty house. If I bailed on her invitation, went home, then I'd forever be labeled as a good-for-nothing loser for the rest of my life. Still, Kana had been awfully bold as of late. Could hardly believe she wanted to sleep with me so badly she'd ordered everyone to leave. Did this mean? Was it okay to expect some erotic servicing in my future?
それじゃあお布団敷きますね。
I'll help.
ありがとうございます。
It was still pretty early to go to sleep, but it was likely a case of Kana being impatient. She removed a brand new futon from her closet and set it down, her cheeks the faintest tinge of red all the
では
while.
こちらの来客用のいえ、やっぱりこちらにしましょう。
After pondering it for a moment, she put the new futon back into the closet. In its place, she brought out a relatively well-used futon.
では枕はこちらです。
Right. For some reason, the two of us took a scissor stance on top of the futon I'd gotten from her and set up in the middle of the room. Kinda hugged the pillow and sat perfectly still. It was far too large a room, and the futon only took up a small portion of the space. But our attention was solely focused on that spot now and nowhere else.
やっぱりもう一枚敷きましょうか。
No, that's okay. We're probably only gonna use the one anyway.
はい、そうですよね。
Having two futons set up next to each other would stir up some wild ideas, but in the worst case, we could make it through the entire night and leave people's imagination in check. Rather than letting my own imagination run wild, I'd rather have sex with Kana in a single futon right here and now. But why'd you go out of your way to pick this futon? Is there some meaning to it?
それはその
Kana blushed at my question and moved her finger across the futon, seeming to be spelling out some word.
これは私が普段から使ってるお布団なんです。
Oh, so that's how it is. Now she mentioned it, it did seem to be somewhat on the small side. If it were a little bigger, my feet might stick out the bottom. Seeing you sleep in this futon every night. Saying I learned its owner, I felt as though I could smell her scent coming off the futon. It got my heart racing faster. If I dove my head into the futon and gave it a good fluffing, I was sure it would smell amazing.
汚くてごめんなさい。ですが、今夜ケイスケさんが使ってくだされば、これからも毎日ケイスケさんの腕に包まれながら眠れる。
Kana. Knowing she had been thinking similarly made her irresistibly lovely to me. More than anything, those brief words meant that Kana wanted to engrave my warmth into her body here and now.
ケイスケさん。
Yeah!
そろそろ寝ましょうか。
Sure! Kana suggested we go to sleep, but she went rigid and kept her head hung. Maybe I should be the one to make the first move here. That's right, here we go, Keisuke. Time to rub your scent right into Kana's futon.
もどかしい奴らじゃ。いいから早押し倒さぬか。
What? Suzuka's voice suddenly resounded throughout the supposedly empty room. On closer inspection, Suzuka was standing in the mirror by the futon with her forehead all scrunched up.
まったく、いつまでまごまごしておるのじゃ。まぐわいなどこれまで何度もしておるじゃろう。ぶちゅっとしてドビュッと出せ。
No, girls shouldn't talk that way!
鈴鹿様、何を見てるんですか？
ん？工学のためにお主たちのまぐわいを参考にしようと思ってな。本当は黙って見ていようと思ったのじゃが、あまりのこっぱずかしさに見ていられなくなったのじゃ。
If I'd been watching what transpired here as a third party, I bet I would feel the same way. Still, this was totally out of my control. It was my first time seeing get over to Kana's room.
カナがせぬなら、わらわがするまでじゃ。ほれ、体をよこせ。
待ってください、鈴鹿様。
Kana frantically tried to stop her, but Suzuka's eye color in the mirror suddenly changed to a dark brown. And then...
カナはそこで見ておれ。わらわが手本を見せてやる。
Hey, Suzuka, what are you...
遅い！
Too slow, Suzuka says. Whoa! Superhuman strength would have been enough on its own, but Suzuka seemed to be familiar with classical martial arts. I reacted too slowly and was helplessly pushed back on top of the futon. How
情けない
pathetic, you
の。
let a woman push you there,
女にあっ
and
さ
so
りと押
easily
し倒されると
too,
は。
Suzuka says. The only women who can push me down are you and Kana.
それは
What
光栄
an
じゃ
honor. I'll show you how grateful I am and give you a reward,
それに免じて褒美をやろう。
Suzuka says. There was also physical strength to consider, but she'd already pushed me down and stripped me of that option. Suzuka's mouth lifted into a delighted grin as she slid her hand across my pants. Hey, wait a second, this is too sudden.
おとなしくしておれ。
Just chill out, make sure to watch your
Kana-Route.
Kana, Suzuka says. Kana turned beet red and gazed at what we were doing from the mirror. I doubt she ever could have expected that she'd end up watching her own body from the outside as it pushed over her own lover. It might be a similar sensation to watching self-starring porn. That would be embarrassing. Yeah, I won't let you get away with
ち
this!
なみにわらわは寝技にも
Incidentally,
そ
I'm
れなり
well
に
versed in
心得があ
grappling
るのじゃ。
techniques. The more you try to
逃げ
escape,
れば逃
the
げる
more
ほ
I'll
ど
pin you
関
down,
節がき
Suzuka says. Her strength was already out of my league, so it was all over once she successfully pinned me down. Besides, it was Kana's body. I couldn't hurl her away and run, so any struggle would end in my utter
よ
defeat.
うやくおとなしくなったな。
Looks like you finally
So,
decided to
go
behave.
Kaijo.
Here we go. Time for the big reveal, Suzuka says. Ah! And H scene officially started. See you afterwards. Nice timing. Can I take a piss? They appear to be done. I'm not entirely sure though. And they did have their weird atypical threesome where Kana and Suzuka constantly switched back and forth in a weird contest of who's better. I actually read a lot of that one because it seemed like imperative to actually read that, partially because, you know, it's first time for Suzuka. I always tend to like read at least like the first time edge scenes, at least like the start, because, you know, there could be details in there, and there were for Suzuka. one detail being that she 100% virgin, both in her life and even after sharing bodies with the others. She would always intentionally sleep while they had sex, as to not get in the way of that. And while she did occasionally, like, accidentally wake up, it was not quite the same in a way, you know? So it was entirely her first time, and she had no right acting as cocky as she did. Especially since she immediately started panicking, like, that's not pixelated, like, in the texts. You know? Kana-Suzuka and I spent quite a bit of time together going forward. Whenever when I went shopping downtown with Kana, Suzuka would disrupt us in the reflections with window displays. Whenever Suzuka would borrow Kana's body to talk to me, Kana would then smile kindly beyond the mirror. I'm going to stab someone. 126.50, like 56? 126.50 or 56? Sure. 126.56. At other times, we would consider sexual positions, so all three of us could enjoy ourselves and taking part in some rather lewd activities. And yeah, one of the HCCGs was literally like in front of a mirror to give the entire view. Whatever the case, Kana, Suzuka, and I were always together. And whenever we did, they would look less than amused.
Oni-chan, ちょっとお話があります。
ケイスケ、悪いがしばらく時間をもらうよ。
Sure. During lunch, Aoi and Kawakichi dragged me to one of the rooms behind the school. As an aside, Kana had said she wasn't feeling well since the morning and headed to the nurse's office. Akiri was tending to her presently. Still though, what could they want to talk about? Oh, I think I can see it coming. My sister and Kawakichi had called me here, and Kana was unwell at the nurse's office. One conclusion I could derive from these factors was... can't be. Is Kana pregnant?
それは本当にまさかのまさかだね。僕たちの許しもなくそんなことになったらどうなるか。
Nah, kidding, just kidding. We obviously accounted for that, yeah.
本当に？最近のお兄ちゃんたち、妙にタカが外れてきたというか、ぶっちゃけエッチにハマってるでしょ。
Well, I can't deny it.
だろうと思った。話があるっていうのはそのことなの。
いいかい？僕と葵くんはカナと君との交際を一応認めている。予定の手伝いだとしたさ。だが無節操に愛を育んでいてはいつか取り返しのつかないことになるよ。
The point you're trying to get at is basically stuff like what I just said.
まあ、そうだね。カナは坂上の跡取り娘だ。そんな子ができちゃった子などになったら世間様に顔向けできない。それ以前にカナが恥ずかしがって大変なことになる。おそらく熱が上がって1ヶ月は寝込むだろう。
That's... yeah, probably true. Despite how assertive she had gotten lately, Kana was still a fundamentally shy person. If her belly started to bulge while she was still a student, she'd get too embarrassed to set foot in public. Nah, knowing Kana, she might actually accept it all more calmly than you'd expect.
どういうこと？
She may not look like it, but Kana's a very generous person. She might actually be delighted if it came to a student wedding. When it comes to sex, she can be surprisingly open-minded too.
じゃあやっぱり私も混ざっていいの？
What do you mean, after all? I'm not so moral I'd have sex with my own sister. Then again, maybe it wasn't my place to talk when I was two-timing and having threesomes.
ケイスケ、確かにカナはあれで意外と器が大きい子だ。だけど、やっぱり学生で結婚なんて早い。
And maybe too soon for marriage, but if it were to come down to it, I'm gonna make Kana, both of them happy.
カナたち？
Oh yeah, I hadn't told Aoi about Suzuka yet. Kumakichi, may I?
どの道、 カナがケイスケと一緒になりたいと願っているのは分かってる。いずれ家族になる葵君にも事情を知ってもらいたい。
Yeah, thanks. One explanation later. Following that, I explained the connection between Kana and Suzuka. That Suzuka was an ancestor to the Sakagami family and that she dwelled within Kana's body. And finally, I covered what even Kumakichi likely didn't know, that romance had blossomed with Suzuka as well.
お兄ちゃんがまさかの二股だなんて。そんな解消絶対にないと思ってたのに。
I like how she uses the word resourceful. That's a pretty casual slam, my sister.
二人とも幸せにしようだなんて。お兄ちゃんらしくていいね。私は二人を、三人を応援するよ。
What says the brother who probably has the most conflicted feelings about this arrangement? I see, thanks.
で、今度は私も入れて 4P だね。
Keep dreaming!
冗談じゃないよ。
Make it a joke!
もうしょうがないな。まあ、いつか混ぜてもらうから、そのつもりで。
Oh, he didn't look quite satisfied, but she gave me a carefree smile in the end. The meaning behind her smile was terrifying, but I was glad she had accepted my relationship with Kana and Suzuka. That gave me some peace of mind. Now to deal with the calamity that is going to be Kumakichi. However, my other family member was looking pretty sullen.
鈴鹿様との恋愛か。
Oh, well, that mascot outfit put the entire series ambience to waste. Anyhow, that's what's going on. I'm going to make both Kana and Suzuka happy. Actually, Suzuka asked me if I'd consider becoming a family son-in-law. She thought the Sakagami family might feel secure if I went that route.
確かにケイスケなら婿としても申し分ないが。
What, son bung you? Figured you'd be over the moon and welcome me with open arms.
ああ、もちろん君のことは歓迎するよ。だけど。
あんなところにいた。
Akari? As Kumakichi was about to speak, Akari, Otome, and Kana all came around from the school building.
皆さん探しましたよ。携帯にも出てくださらなくて困りました。ごめんなさい。お兄ちゃんと話があったもので。そうなの？それで話は終わった？
まあ大体はね。
では皆さんでお昼にしましょう。せっかくですので今日はここで食べましょうか。
Otome clapped her hands together with a smile and spread out the picnic blanket we ordinarily used on the
シート
rooftop.
だけでは尻が痛くなるぞ。座布団を使え。
Oh, Korea, when did you get here?
私は常に坂上先輩のそばにいる。油断しているとせんべいにして砕くぞ。
At least eat him, don't waste food.
とにかく座布団を用意した。これを使え。はい、ありがとうございます。
If you recognize you recognize. This video is now... If it was monetized, it is no longer monetized. For that, Korea had set out enough cushions for everyone to sit. For all of her bluster, she was serving Kana well. Glad it all worked out. Oh, come to think of it, Kana had said a word since earlier. Could be the matter. What's wrong? Still not feeling well?
いや、そういうわけではないのじゃが。
Yeah, is that you, Suzuka?
わらわじゃ。
Wow, that was rare. Kana's always in control when you were at the academy.
カナがたまにはというものじゃからな。ちと体を借りておるのじゃ。
Suzuka looked away as she responded to my comment. Like she was being oddly evasive. Had something happened?
体調が悪くなったのは授業中にカナと鈴鹿が入れ替わったからみたいなのよ。何もそんな時にしなくてもいいのに。
Yeah, the conflict is gonna be the fact that actually like constantly switching between the two does put quite a strain on Kana's body. And so they have to find some way to solve that by either A, Suzuka actually like leaving her body for good and Suzuka just basically ceasing to exist, which would be the sad route, or the other route would be to find some mystic treasure that lets them actually like create a body for Suzuka. Or something like that. Anyway.
葵ちゃんには鈴鹿のこと。
We filled her in for the most part.
そう、よかった。
Akari looked extraordinarily relieved. She must have assumed she'd let the wrong thing slip. How was she planning to smooth that over if I hadn't explained it to her? Akari was the same old klutzy samurai self. You know what? Let me check something real quick. I'll just save here real quick. Just turn off the fucking game feed in case I open the fucking extra and immediately H scene. Well, not immediately H scene, at least. Is there a usable CG for me? There is not. In fact, there's only 2 CGs left. However, I do want to end it here. I may have to make the CG cropped pawn again. You know, I guess I can make this one. I can work with this one. Technically. Alternatively, I can just use the maid one again. Sorry, I'm keeping them so short, these videos, as of late. Listen up, new game came out. Just let me have this. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Just want to see you next time. Bye-bye.